Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of the 2025 Nissan Altima SR. The SR trim level of the Nissan Altima is going to be the sportiest trim level of the Altima that you can get, and it does come with a very nice and sporty looking exterior as well as interior, as well as some unique 19-inch wheels. You also do get a basic setup when it comes on to the audio system, as we'll discuss. And as you can tell, this one here is pretty well equipped for a sport trim level. But with that being said, a huge thank you to Crest Nissan here in Frisco, Texas, which is a part of the Crest Auto Group, for giving me some time with this one today. Now, this is going to be a little bit different because I do not have a key, so we're just going to do kind of like what I did with the other videos that I've recorded as of late. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get started. Coming over to the front, as you can see, you do have a SR specific grille, which looks very nice. And I do love how sporty it looks, as you can see here, and when you pan out, it actually makes a statement. As you can see, you have your Nissan emblem front and center, and of course you do have kind of the same shape as the old V-Motion grille from years ago. You do have LED daytime running lights right here with LED headlamps, and fog lamps are optional on the SR. As you can see, coming over to the wheels, we're taking a look at a set of Bridgestone tires on 19-inch wheels, and these measure, if I can find the tire size here, these are 235 45 R19s all the way around. Now, if we have the key for the vehicle, this vehicle does come standard with smart key access. So to get inside of the vehicle, just tap the button here, and the vehicle will unlock once, letting you access to the interior. And if you want to lock the vehicle, just close it up, tap this button, and the vehicle will beep twice, letting you know that the vehicle is indeed locked. The exterior color of this one is finished off in gray sky pearl with the sport leather interior with some orange stitching as well as piping. Coming over to the door handle, as you can see here, you're going to have some hard touch plastic material on top of here. However, you do have some soft touch material down here. You're going to have some orange stitching, as you can see there. Your controls for your power windows, doors, mirrors, and locks. Your front driver's side windows are the only one that's going to be fully automatic. And you do have some small storage space down here, as well as a small space right here for a small cup. Now, if I had the key, of course, all you'd have to do is just simply put your foot on the brake and hit this button right here to start the engine. But with that being said, this vehicle does come standard with a fully leather wrapped rack and pinion power steering wheel. You're going to have your paddle shifters on both the left and the right sides. You're going to have controls on the left and on the right as well. Left is going to house controls for the screen up there. Audio controls here, seat track buttons, and a back button in their respective places on the left. On the right, you're going to have cruise control, hands-free telephone and Bluetooth, as well as your trip meter right there. As you can see, you do also have a 8-inch color touchscreen display, which of course would display things like AM, FM radio, Sirius XM radio. You would have navigation in this vehicle. If the vehicle was on, you would be able to go to settings and kind of adjust the settings there and all that stuff. As you can see, coming up here, you do have two main gauges. You're going to have your tachometer on your left, speedometer on your right, and then your trip computer and driver information center is going to be right there in the middle. And of course, if you use the buttons here on the left side of the steering wheel, I would be able to show you guys, some menus and all that stuff there, which is pretty cool. But of course, back to this 8-inch display, you are going to have your volume knob and tuning knobs. You are going to have some other buttons down here. This is going to turn on and off the screen, seat track, audio, your main menu, phone, camera, which of course will allow you to view your backup camera, and then a back button. You're going to have your hazard light button here, vents here. Coming down below, you're going to have your dual zone climate control, fan speed, max air conditioning, front and rear defrost, fan positioning, and AC button right here. Coming below that, you're going to have a little storage area where you can put your phone. And of course, you have USB-C and a USB port, as well as a little aux port there, which is pretty nice. And then next to that, you do have an outlet, as you can see in there. With that said, this vehicle does come with a CVT transmission, as you would expect, and it's not too bad. And then when you push this right here, this will activate your manual shiftability. Coming over here, you do have two cup holders, and I love this piano black finish around it. It does look pretty nice. As you can see, you have a little storage area right here for some change. Coming over here to the glove compartment, you have a decent amount of storage space, which is not too bad. The seats in here look nice, and they do feel nice as well. Like I said, you do have that orange stitching that comes all the way down through the seat, and it does look very, very cool. And I love the combination of both leather as well as premium cloth. It does make a big statement when it comes on to how you sit in this vehicle. Coming to the glove box. Good amount of storage space, as you can see there. You do have your sunglass holder here, controls your lights. This, of course, is going to control the lights for the doors. You're also going to have a visor here with a little mirror and a light inside of it. And then coming to your left, you're going to have controls for the trunk. This is the gauge limit switch and your trip reset button right there. Overall, though, it's a pretty nice vehicle to check out, especially what they have done over the last 2 years. As you know, the current Altima goes back to 2019. But with that said, let's go ahead and check out the rest of the 2025 Nissan Altima SR. Coming into the back, materials do follow through, as you can see. The same leather and leather and premium cloth materials come through, and they do look really nice, as you can see here. You're going to have two USB ports down here, USB-C and a regular USB. You're going to have a storage pocket behind the front passenger. And of course, coming up here, you do have a powered armrest with two cup holders. The Altima does come standard with LED taillights on certain trim levels. The SR does give you your standard taillights though. Altima badge kind of in this machine finish here, which looks very cool. Same thing with the Nissan badge right there. And of course your SR badge to the far right. As you can see, cargo space in here is quite good and plentiful. And as you can see, you do have your carpeted mats, you do have a little roadside emergency kit here with a little tray, and of course, you do have what I believe to be a, I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it's pretty interesting. And I believe those are your wheel locks over there. And so just by looking at this here, you're looking at right around 15 cubic feet of space. You can use these little pull tabs here to fold the seats in the back down for extra storage, which is pretty nice. And you also do get your parking sensors back here as well. You do have your black plastic mirror covers, as you can see. The Altima does come standard with a 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder engine. And on certain trims, you do get more power, and on other trims, you get the same amount of power that the Altima has been using for years. It is essentially known as the QR25DE, and in this particular application, it produces 188 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque. This vehicle is front-wheel drive, and it's going to be through that CVT transmission. All right, guys, so back in the Nissan Altima, and the last thing to go over is going to be the window sticker for this vehicle. Again, it's a 2025 Nissan Altima 2.5 SR front-wheel drive sedan. I like how with Nissan vehicles on the window sticker, it's going to categorize everything so you can have an idea of what comes on the vehicle standard. Of course, Nissan Safety Shield 360 does give you blind spot monitoring, or blind spot warning, rear automatic braking, rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning, automatic high beams, intelligent forward collision warning, as well as a rear view monitor. And as we come over to the options list, the MSRP without any options is $28,830. You have splash guards for $245, the premium paint for $425, the USB charging cable set by Nissan for $90, the SR floor mats, trunk mat, hideaway nets, and dual trunk hooks for $375, and a trunk organizer tray, as we just saw, with the first aid kit and emergency road kit for $195. Destination for this vehicle is $1,140 and has a total MSRP of $31,300. And as you can see, fuel economy for this vehicle is actually pretty impressive, coming in at 27 city, 37 highway, and 31 combined. And then this vehicle does get an overall score of 5 out of 5 stars from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. But overall, guys, the Altima is a pretty nice car to check out. And, you know, as someone who grew up kind of being in a previous generation Altima, or fairly had a 2015 model, it was nice. And, you know, this is a big step up from that car, obviously. But that's just my personal take on the Altima. I think it's a good car. I think it does get a bad rap sometimes based on what people say in the community about it. But overall, it's a commuter car. It's going to get you from point A to point B without any issues. It's a reliable vehicle when you maintain it. And so as long as you do all those things, you maintain the car, you drive the car, you take care of the car, it will take great care of you. So with that said, guys, that's going to do it here for this walk around and tour of the 2025 Nissan Altima SR. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.